Hi, everybody. How you doing? Happy Thursday evening, and welcome to episode 2 of the Wayne O'Toole Show. Tonight, for our special guests are first up is going to be Archie MacKinnon. Um, Archie is a longtime activist. He was a counselor in Sydney Mines back in the day before amalgamation. He's a carpenter. He worked in the oil patch, and I like to think of him as a political disruptor because of some of the things he's done, but we'll talk about that later on. We're hoping for Darnell Chase. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But we're having some technical difficulties, so I'm not quite sure if we're going to get him tonight. Darnell was the gentleman who was involved in organizing the last night's rally for Black Lives Matter, and it was called, hang on a second there, it was called, somewhere, it was called Take a Knee to Make a Stand. It was tremendous. We had a lot of people show up for it and show support as allies for Black Lives Matter. So that's going to be our show. So we'll see if we can get Archie up first. Oh, no Archie yet. I think we lost Archie too. Okay. Should I sing? Oh, I'm getting dinged. Hang on a second. I will sing if I have to. Oh, we just had a disconnection, so Archie will be on hopefully in a moment. So dead air, right? Nobody wants dead air in episode 2 of their show, but
I'll jump on here with you, Wayne, for a minute. I won't leave you alone. I won't leave you alone.
Dead air, that's not good.
No, I'm just supposed to moderate in the background, but I can't leave you sit here by yourself.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah. So I'll jump on there with you about the rally last night. I was there.
You were. You took a lot of good photos and video.
Yes, thank you. Yep. No, it was a great, well organized event. I was so happy to see so many Cape Bretoners out there, and nobody had a negative opinion about being there.
No, that's right, and that was a good thing. I seen a great presence of our Umanaki Mi'kmaq, large present, which is fantastic, right? Because I mean, I like to see that because bring us together, like as communities, not as like leadership, but leaders are going to do what leaders do and stuff. But as communities, like we need to embrace our Indigenous people, man. It's like
absolutely,
and they showed up and they were like vibrant and lively, and sharing stories and stuff. I don't know who was. I couldn't see who was sharing the stories up on the stage.
I know Jeff Ford got up and gave a pretty good speech there.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else. I believe there was a Marshall fellow that was up there as well. I can't remember the names, but
yeah, I was across the street because I'm being immunosuppressed. I didn't want to be in the crowd, and because it was kind of tight in quarters, but so I stayed across and there was good social distancing, but the cars honking, I couldn't hear them sometimes.
Yeah. No, it was like the comment that was made by, there was a lot of different races there last night. It wasn't just a Caucasian and black. There was East Indian. There was East Indian there.
Yeah, there's a gentleman that spoke too. Sikh,
yes,
I believe Sikh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the president of the CBU Students Union.
Okay.
Yeah, so he got up and spoke. There was all kinds of culture that got up and spoke. And the one common thing that everybody said was, it doesn't matter the color of our skin. We're all in this together.
Yeah,
we all have to stand together. We all have to be here together. So that's
right.
Yeah, that was so it was good to see the bonding of that as well. It was good to see that there was regional police officers there. It wasn't just the officers that were up on the platform there. There was other officers. I have a photo of one officer who was actually on his knees in the grass, the soaking wet grass in uniform. So it was good to see that.
Cold rainy night. 2 people. I mean, you don't see it on the videos, but it was like what, 7 degrees. It was cold.
Yeah, it was cold, wet. I was soaking wet by the time I got home.
But it was tough too. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yep. I don't want to end this too quick on you here, but I will just go back to my moderation because we have Archie.
All right, Archie's back. We got him back
here for you.
All right, thanks. Archie MacKinnon, how you doing, brother?
Hey, brother, how you doing, buddy? I lost you.
Yeah, I know it happens, right? I mean, it's live feed, so sometimes it happens.
Well, what happened, Wayne, is somebody called me.
Oh, and you were on your phone. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I didn't know how to block them or stop it or.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, I grew up across the street from Archie on Radical City Mines. Big O'Toole clan down there, Archie knows, and his dad and brother and sister. And so I know Archie quite well. I remember when you were a counselor. That was back in just before amalgamation, wasn't it? When you were a counselor in City Mines, that was just pre-amalgamation. What year was that?
Yeah, that was it was in the 80s.
Yep.
It was we were part of the last counselor in the town of Sydney Mines.
That's pretty cool, eh? So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Archie. Like, what do you do for a living? I know you do a lot of things for a living, but
well, I'm a carpenter.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
you work the oil patch though, right? You work the oil patch like most.
Yeah, I work the oil patch. Yeah, you know, I've worked longer in Ontario than I did in the oil patch.
Oh, is that right?
I worked in Ontario there. I was kind of running a crew of 4 or 5 carpenters there. We built all the tunnels for the subways for the 401 underneath the 401 there.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty
around
so now you're still doing carpentry.
Still carpentry,
a little less so than you probably were before. I suspect, making your chairs.
Yeah, I make some chairs. And
you want to tell everybody about your chairs?
Oh, I just love doing my chairs and everything. And, you know, I think, I'm not sure the exact number, but it's probably around 15 or 20 chairs I made this winter.
Yeah, and you do them for charity a lot too, eh?
Donated them. Yeah. And, you know, Wayne, it's ironic to talk about these chairs. I actually probably going to have one of the most popular chairs.
Oh, is that right?
Ever in the history of Cape Breton Island, I believe.
Yeah, and you're right now you're in your Toronto Maple Leafs man cave.
Yes, I'm in the man cave here now, but I just want to say a few things about that chair.
You sure?
I done a chair, and actually I don't know how I can do it, but I'm just going to show you my grandson's chair that I made.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Jarrett was chosen as the top defenseman on the Eagles.
Oh, yes, I saw that. Yeah. You were I saw you keep putting up the pictures and videos of him. So,
yes, so I actually had his chair done. But after he got that, I told him, I said, I want to take the chair back. And I want to do a little bit more to the chair because after he won the top defenseman. So I just show you a little picture. I'm going to turn it around just to give you a shot of the chair. I don't know.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. That's great.
Good.
I mean, that's why I put in the lead up to this that Archie MacKinnon's the folksy art kind of guy too, right? Like, look at those chairs, man. There. That's amazing. What does it say? 8 goals, 33 assists. And then what did it say at the bottom? Plus 28. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, Archie. That's probably one of the most decorated you've done so far. I know you did a lot with your Toronto Maple Leafs ones, but oh, we're losing Archie again. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I just had a little delay. That's okay.
Somebody called me again.
you got to tell everybody to stop calling. They're all saying Archie's on TV. We got to call him.
Yeah, they're probably all calling me. Oh, I just seen you on TV or something. But anyway, Wayne, I just, like with the season that the Eagles had this year.
Yeah.
They had a good shot at probably, going all the way to the Memorial Cup this year. But I actually made a chair for that Leah Degas tournament they have there this year. And I got all the Eagles to sign it and autograph it. And then this took place.
I saw that in your page.
So I never even got a chance yet to go over and pick up the chair yet. But I mean, that chair there is signed by all the Eagle players.
So what are you going to do? Have a draw like for charity or?
Well, I done it for a fundraiser for that Leah Degas.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Hockey tournament they have.
Yep.
And I actually made a chair for the mother and father of Leah Degas as well.
Right.
And that chair is actually down at the Sydney Mines rink. They got it stored up there.
Okay.
Because, nothing happened with that. But like I said, this chair is going to be a pretty popular chair.
Yeah.
Because, the Eagles, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I think they were in 3rd or 4th place overall.
Okay. Yeah.
In the whole league there when that epidemic took place and everything got shut down or whatever. But I got that chair and it's autographed by everybody. So when they have a raffle off, that's going to be a pretty popular chair.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be one of the most money ever raised by a chair.
Buy a chair. There you
Tickets
go.
go on sale for that chair because it's pretty exciting looking chair.
Well, that's it. It's folk art, Archie. That's what they call it, right? When you sit down and take your time and like you do something different that's colorful, vibrant, and people like that stuff. And I mean, hockey, people love hockey, right? So if you get hockey chairs, and like you said, if you get it could have been a winning team this year. We don't know, right? So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're in your man cave. You were on the
I'm in my man cave here, just relax. And oh my God, Wayne, you wouldn't believe it. I got in a mess.
Oh yeah, well, that happens too, right?
A couple of people come in and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that beautiful place you got it like that." I said, "I know, they got me hooked here. It's like I'm going around doing airbrush and spraying and everything in here."
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just trying to get it tidied up now. That's it.
As soon as the leaves start picking up, you're going to have that cleaned out, and you're going to have lights on her and parties and everything. I know you are. I know you're right. Yep. So I'm gonna bring up a story. I brought it up on the. I don't remember all the details, but I'm going to bring it up with you anyway because I remember when I was a kid. I was only young when you won the $100,000 prize from. It wasn't Atlantic Lotto then, was it?
Yes, that was the Atlantic Lotto. I find your voice is right low. I can't hardly hear you.
How about now? Better now?
Huh?
Better now?
No,
it must be a connection. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's anything on my end here because I could hear you pretty good there before.
Yeah, now you can't hear me.
But yeah, I won the lottery there. I was 16 years old.
That's how old you were. Yeah, and you bought the van. You bought
the Moonshine van. Actually, there was somebody there. Mary McCormick had it on there the other day. Some lovely pictures there of her uncle, Johnny McCormick.
Oh yeah,
had painted.
Yeah, Johnny did some good work.
Johnny had actually painted my van for me.
Is that who did the work? I wasn't sure because
pearls on the doors and.
Yeah, I know Moonshine was the moment. Everybody knew the Moonshine van.
Yes, it was pretty popular back then.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was two of them because I used to go and we used to have all the custom van shows or whatever. I was good friends with Terry Dove.
Oh yeah.
Terry Dove used to have a van called Night Moves.
Night Moves. Oh yeah, that's
a black van all done up and everything too, and he'd be playing Bob Seger, Night Moves.
Oh, I still remember that.
We'd be meeting over at the custom van shows and everything,
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Well, vans were big back then, right? That was
yes, it was popular. Well, that's what I say. There was no antique custom car shows; it was van shows.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, and then you also I don't know. Most people probably know this. Maybe not. We don't. Big audience across Canada. You ran for MP in Sydney, Victoria.
Yes.
And as an independent.
Yeah.
And you came in with the third highest voter count of any independent in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
well, like I said, that and you know what? A lot of people didn't realize that that's not my first time running federally either. I ran federally years ago. I ran for the NDP and
I knew
ran against Russell McClellan.
Oh, McClellan, right? McClellan. I remember that. I mean, I was young too then, but
sure. And I've always pulled respective votes, even when I ran against Russell McClellan, and I actually ran against Russell provincially for MLA, and Russell was the premier of the province, and I think I still picked up 30% of the vote or something like that back then.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Right.
Well, people know me. I've been always a person to stand up for people. I'm one of the nicest guys in the world,
Tough as rocks.
I'll give you the shirt off of my back. I'll give you my heart on the sleeve. Mm-hmm. But, if you're a crook and you're slimy and you want to try to do something, well, you're trying to do it to the wrong person if you're trying to do it to me.
Yeah, that's right.
So I tell people I'm so extreme one way and so extreme also the other way. So
well, I think what your appeal is, especially in our area, is you're blue collar. You're a blue collar. You're blue collar, right? So you're a blue collar worker. Yeah. You're not you haven't been a career politician. You haven't you didn't have office jobs, or not that there's anything wrong with office jobs, but I mean you work with these. You work with these your whole life, right?
Yeah.
So I mean people respect that, and I guess
I started working at the fish plant when I was 17 years old, and right away got involved with the union, and then ran in and got met up with Gerald Yetman. Well, Gerald was the guy that brought me to where I am today. And I always tell people that, I owe everything that I am today to people like Gerald Yetman, because Gerald was the one that I wanted to be like.
Yeah. Do you see the comments there, Archie? Richard Collis is saying, ask Archie, will he be running for the mayor of CBRM in the upcoming election? You knew you were getting that one. You knew you were getting it.
Well, tell him it's like this. I never tell my secrets to anybody.
There you go, Richard.
My wife doesn't even know what I'm going to do.
Oh, she going to get you one of these days. You're going to be locked up. She's going to lock you out in that man cave one of these days.
Yeah.
But more
we're certainly keeping an eye on things, everything that's taking place. Very much involved in a lot of different stuff. Well,
for sure. And I think too, it's I know we chatted a bit before the show about it too, it depends on who you're running against, right? Like you would said, your district that you live in, you don't really
listen. If there's good people running for jobs and I feel that they're the people that we should support, I got no problem with backing them.
Yeah, exactly. So now to get
and for Richard Collis's comments there about mayor, when it comes to Cecil Clark, there's no way I'm going to be allowing Cecil Clark to get elected a mayor here in Cape Breton Island. It's time for him to get the hell off of this island and get up to his $600,000 condo or whatever it is he got in Halifax.
Halifax, yeah.
So I'll be very much involved in that. Not afraid to be outspoken and tell anybody that.
That's why I called
I'm an anti-Cecil Clark, and I can't wait for him to pack up and leave Cape Breton.
Yeah. I got a question for you then. There's a good little conversation starter. If you had the power in Cape Breton to do 3 things that would make this island better, what would they be? Any 3 things at all. If you could fix any 3 things, you had like unlimited money to be able to fix any 3 things that you could.
Well, I clean house in politics.
Clean house.
I try to convince people to get rid of everybody's involved in politics here in the island, because they were all put there, and they're all put there for one reason, to fill somebody else's pockets and not the pockets of the people.
Yeah.
I'd make sure that nobody here in Cape Breton Island goes hungry. I'd feed everybody, and I'd put a roof over everybody's head. That'd be my 3. There
you go.
That'd be the 3 things for me.
Housing,
clean house,
housing, and
feed the poor, and put roofs over the heads of everybody that don't have a roof over their head.
Yeah, for sure.
How's that?
That's good for me. I mean, I'd like to see some, poverty is a huge issue, Archie. We know that. We lived in poverty.
Oh.
Your mom and dad never had anything. My mom and dad never had anything.
No.
The one year my dad,
that's right.
back in the 80s, his income was $7,000 for the year. He worked. My dad. He worked his friggin' feet off the ground. His knees were gone. He ended up with brain damage from falling off a dam. You know what I mean? Like, hard workers, man. And we still didn't make very much, but I mean, we lived good because community was strong. That's the big thing, right? Like, I know, if I went down to you, Archie, and said as a kid, right, like, look, Archie, I'm kind of hungry. Can you make me something to eat? You'd be in the house making me something to eat, right? Like,
no, that's right.
We need our community back for sure. We need our community.
We know, like, I've been away all the years. I've been away working with different people or whatever. We sit there, you know what I mean? Sometimes on the weekends, you get together with a few guys, have a beer.
Yeah.
Tell them stories and that. Like, did you ever have bologna stew? Bologna stew.
Right.
Bologna stew.
Yeah. Crafted
just water and bologna, and a few onions and that in it, and a couple of potatoes, Oh my God, that must be gross.
Yeah.
We loved it, man. We still cook it today.
Of course, we're used to it, right? We used to eat one called that. What was it called? We used to make fun of it. Blood macaroni. It was just macaroni and tomato juice. That was it, right? Yeah. It was blood macaroni, but we ate it. We loved it.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Right. Yeah. Different time back then, I think, for sure. The things were a little bit different. Like,
I don't know if you. I'm just going to show you now, too, if you want. I'm going to show you another little chair I got done here. This is a couple of more of my chairs here, because I've even got, Wayne, I've even got the chair here. I made one for Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons asked me to make them a chair. I got it over here. It's still in the burn.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know if it passed their date for their time or whatever, but I got it all done up for them for some sort of a thing they were going to have over there. And I think it passed. So
kids camp,
probably be a next year one for them.
Yeah, probably so.
But, here's a couple of more that I've been pretty well got them finished now.
Oh wow! Hey, look at that one too. Now you make them. Do you make the chairs too from scratch? You can't hear me. I don't think you can hear me. Wow, there's something else though. They really are folk art. Oh, you got the Stanley Cup up.
Yeah, and now I'm getting into the cowboy hats. If you noticed.
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I'm getting into doing the cowboy hats now too.
Oh, doing them. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
You know, I've been airbrushing the cowboy hats. Go up to the dollar store. I can buy the cowboy hats up there for like $3.
And you just do them up, spray paint them, is it? Airbrush them?
Airbrush them and everything. Well, here's a couple right here. Huh? There's one there.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty wild.
That's my Johnny Bauer one. And as you can see, look, I got a bunch more here I bought. I'm going to try to do them all different colors, you know.
Oh, for sure, Archie.
It's little things to get into, you know, just hobbies for me.
Well, yeah, that's it, right? I mean, nothing wrong with a good hobby, and you're doing something good with it because, I mean, you're giving back to the community by.
And I don't know if you knew it or not, but anyway, I started. I got to go over tomorrow. I got to get my permits, so I don't want to get no trouble with the CBRM. I'm putting up a garage here in the back. That's going to be my new shop, hopefully, for next year.
Your taxes are going to go up.
You know, more doing anything in the gazebo, I'll be doing it out in the shop.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, you don't have it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. You know, it's going to be a nice thing for me when I retire.
Yeah.
You know, I can do some different things, help some organizations, make a few dollars, and, you know, help people out too at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I don't know if we got too much else left, Arch. I was hoping Darnell was going to do, but I was hoping Darnell was going to be on, but I think we couldn't, for some reason, we couldn't get him. I think
we're done. We're running out of time.
Oh, we can talk as long as you want if you want to talk about more. We got all the time.
I don't know. Anything you want to ask or anything else you want to say or any questions from anybody there that's watching it and they want to comment or ask any questions?
Richard Collis, where are you at, Richard Collis? Ask Archie a question. He's got some. I know he does.
I got the grandson too involved. I don't know if you noticed it there. I put up a few posts there. I got him doing a little bit of carpentry work. He's selling making some flower planters and selling them or whatever.
Yeah, it's good, right? Because I mean, teach him how to make a little bit of money and do it himself, right? Instead of going working somewhere and making, I don't know what the minimum wage is.
But I don't allow him around. I kind of watch him if it's around any of the bigger saws or stuff like that. He's not going to do nothing to jeopardize his career with the Eagles. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Always got a chance, Archie. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, you can get into the NHL, even if you're in the NHL, like at bottom level, and you're just getting in, you know what I mean, or the camps.
Well,
like
I said, I think after this year, you know what I mean. So, getting a ranking as one of the top 3 defensemen in the whole Q League certainly going to open up a lot of eyes for agents and everything for him, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. What else I was going to ask you? Oh, I was going to start talking. I was going to ask you too, council coming up too. Talking about the mayor. I mean, I know you want the mayor out, but any rumored prospective council people going to run? You know, any? Oh, for anybody, do you know anybody that's in the mix of that you've heard anyway? I know it's rumor. It's all rumor. We're not.
Well, from what I'm hearing, Wayne, and I'm sure you've been hearing the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of talk from people out there, and I mean, I think people are actually fed up, and what they'd like to do is see everything clean house.
Yeah, pretty much, Pretty much.
You know, I mean, listen, this is not coming from Archie MacKinnon. You know that yourself. How many times, comments, different things have we seen there on the computer?
Yeah.
Time to clean house.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we've got the odd ones that I think are okay. For the majority, I think there's a big chunk of people that have to go. They have to. My thing, Arch, I'll tell you, I hope you can hear me, but my thing is we keep shooting after this massive business, the shipyard, right? The coal mine, all this old industry that's gone, right? There's a brand new industry hitting us right now. Green energy is hitting like Canada wide, like crazy. In Nova Scotia, if we had the money to do it and we transferred over to green energy, just to green energy for our power, there's 100,000 jobs, right? You know, we could do community farming. You know what I mean? We can do all that. You and I and people like, I don't want to mention too many people, Lloyd Allen McPherson. There's so many people who could get together and start this like real soon. You know what I mean? Communities, cooperatives, like, I don't know. I think we just need I think politics is one thing, and we've got to push for better politics. But I think it's time for us to take some responsibility on our own too. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's enough of this talking about forming a society or starting community gardens or all this. We need to start doing it. You know what I mean? We got to feed people on this island.
No, that's right.
There or not, right?
No. And like I said, talking there earlier, like I was saying to you, I was a councillor before amalgamation. I was the last council before amalgamation. Part of the amalgamation and part of the philosophy behind it was that we as a municipality in Sydney Mines, we were paying the highest property taxes on all of Cape Breton Island at the time. We're in Cape Breton. So when we amalgamated, we were told that, when you amalgamate, it's going to make it better. It's going to make it an equal playing field for everybody. And that was like the same in Halifax and all those places, but that's not what happened.
No, it isn't.
What happened is now the whole Cape Breton Island suffering. It's not just a municipality here and there. The whole island, you know what I mean? This island's paying more property taxes than anybody in all of Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Well, CBRM is even more impacted.
Well, exactly. But and Wayne, it was like I was saying to you. We had a municipal council there and a mayor in Sydney Mines. Our mayor was making $8,000, councillor $4,000 or $5,000. Now councillor's making $50-some thousand.
And then what's the mayor at 144?
Back then, when we were councillors for $4,000, I was a chairman of Public Works. I was traveling around with Gary Nicholson and trying to figure out how to cut costs in the department that I was responsible for.
Yeah, for what, $46?
For $4,000 a year. Do you think that these councillors getting 50-some thousand are driving around and checking out their departments? That's what they're supposed to be there for, though. Yeah. But none of them are doing it.
Well, I mean, I don't like to get too political in my commentary. It's not one of the things I do too much. But the thing that really aggravated me about last night's protest, right, was our mayor did not show up. Right.
Yeah.
There was 5 or 6 councillors there. We had two of our MPs two of our MLAs there, MPs there. The mayor, I was busy with something else. I mean, this was a big event. This event last night was the biggest protest I've ever seen on this island. Like in number wise, there's 500 or 600 people there. You know what I mean? All the mayor had to do. We were talking earlier there too about Mike Savage in Halifax, right? Not that I'm a fan of Mike Savage. I don't know the guy well enough to say, one way or the other. But Mike Savage literally came in, walked in, didn't say a word, didn't make it political, took the knee, did his thing, and walked off. That's all he had. That's all Mayor Clark had to do was go in and take the knee and say, I respect the, but the police took a knee, right? His own police took a knee.
Listen, Wayne, when we went over to the Joan Harris Cruise Pavilion, remember that? It was only, a couple of months ago? We went over there to protest the hospital cuts when Stephen McNeil came down here, the premier from Halifax, came down here to talk about his money.
Yeah.
Cecil Clark walked past us, our own mayor.
Yeah.
The people standing out there protesting about what Cecil Clark done? He laughed at us.
Yeah, I know.
He laughed in our faces. I went around and said to the guy from CBC, now what in the name of God's going on here? I said, you fellas are back here. I said, and our mayor's coming in here. Why don't you be in the front and film them?
I knew
film them laughing at us.
I knew I'd fire you up.
But
you're right, though. You're right. I mean,
well, and you know what? I'm not afraid to say it. I walked right up. Gary Mansfield will tell you himself from CBC. Gary Mansfield come over to me and he said, Archie, he said, what do you want us to do with the cameras and that? I said, there's no sense in coming here now. The mayor's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
He's come here. I said, the premier's in there now. And he's set up. User behind the back of the building. I said, the premier went in, walked past us. I said, and just looking over at us, smirking. Our mayor walked past us smirking. And now you come out and ask us, you want to film us? What do you want to film us for? You think we're a bunch of fools or what?
Yeah, that's right.
But I mean, that's what's going on.
Well, Archie, that's
so,
we have independent.
Cecil's been doing that ever since you've been elected mayor.
Yeah.
hospital, like people over there protesting our hospitals and our mayor walking in and laughing at us.
Yeah.
Our own mayor. Bad enough not the premier's going past us laughing at us, but our mayor is walking past us laughing with him.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say something though, Archie. Who's going to run for mayor against them? Somebody's got to step up and say, okay, you know what? It's coming. Like
somebody's got to step up
fast and get.
And if somebody don't step up, well, I don't know. Somebody will have to put their name on a ballot.
Richard Collis, did you hear what he's saying?
There's no free rides here, especially for somebody like that.
No, yeah, that's right.
I'll get the dog to run against him. I'm going to get my dog, Bruno, to run against him.
I don't know.
It irks me, like,
Yeah, I have some hopefuls. I have some hopeful people. I mean, I agree. I think John Morgan would have been a great candidate. He would have been. His choice, though. He was mayor before, so I can understand why not. I'd vote for Amanda McDougall in a heartbeat. There's no doubt in my mind I'd vote for Amanda McDougall in a heartbeat.
Well, you know what, Wayne? I'm going to tell you something. I guarantee you, do a poll on here. Matter of fact, you know what? You got me that riled up over it. I'm going to do my own poll.
You could do your poll and we'll talk about it again some other time.
Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you done a poll right across Cape Breton Island here right now, 80% of this island will support John Morgan.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Cape Breton, John Morgan left here. He left here on good terms.
Yeah, he did.
And it's time for him to come back on greater terms. And that's what, I've been trying to get in contact with John myself. I've been contacting people that know him over around the bay and everything. I told him I'm dying to go over and sit down and have a meeting with John. I'll rally the north side behind John like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
because that's what we need.
Well yeah, and he's well known. So it's like I mean, there were some issues during his tenure as mayor, but it was more about the amount of debt, right? But he wasn't afraid to spend either. And he did afterwards took that debt level that he had high and he took it back down. So he knew like he had the balance, right? You know what I mean? So I didn't, I mean, I wasn't around for a lot of John Morgan's tenure. I was away, right?
And it's not like John doesn't know me because I put signs up for him every time he ran. I always took care of the north side for John Morgan.
Archie, who else would? So I know this.
I done it for McSween too when McSween was running.
McSween's a nice man. Rankin McSween is a nice man. I mean, he's got his heart is in the right place for, like, I wish he had became mayor. I really do. I know people like New Dog.
You know what, Wayne? This is what I find about politics. The biggest portion of the population don't even know the person they're voting for.
Well, that's what we have to change, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's part of this independent media is the fact that.
And I heard that many stories. I remember, Cecil's this, Cecil's that. You know what I mean?
Do you know what?
It was all a setup. It was all planned. All of the big shots were the guys with the money telling all their workers, go out there and praise Cecil. Tell them what a great guy Cecil is.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to stop.
But who else, Archie? Like we've got, so I'd vote for Amanda. I'd vote for John Morgan. But who else is there? Like nobody seems to be saying, hey, look at me. You know what I mean? Like if I was healthier, I'm going to tell you right now, Archie, if I was healthier, if I wasn't permanently disabled, I'd be running for mayor. There's no doubt in my mind. I'll say that flat out. I'd run for mayor and I wouldn't even think twice about it. You know what I mean? If it was a nickel and dime budget, brother, and I just had Facebook and Twitter and a few other things and some people help me, I'd run but I can't, right? Like, but
well, see, Wayne, and not only that, Wayne, when it comes to municipal politics today is won by money.
Yeah, that's right. Well, all politics is run by money.
No, provincial and federal politics, you can get your money back. Provincial politics, you can't get it back.
Oh, is that right?
What you spend in provincial politics, if I spent $50,000 to try to win an election,
right,
and I won, you don't get the $50,000 back. You don't get nothing back.
Yeah, so it's not made for the little guy. It's
so
not made for the average person.
Municipal politics are won by the wealthy, and that's and my honest opinion, that's how Clark has zoned himself in there all the time for this stuff. Feeding the wealthy, and then they'll feed him for the municipal politics, and that's his gravy train.
But how?
And I'm determined to end it for him, and I'm not stopping until it is ended.
I know you're not going to either. But I was going to say, how do you stop that, Archie? I think like putting back. Well, like they have maximums on donations, don't they? Or do they? In the CBRM, do they have maximums on? No, they don't, do they?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they do or not. Does the CBRM have maximum amounts you can donate to candidates?
No, I don't think there's any money for that, buddy.
Provincial.
There never was.
No, eh?
And if there is, well, it was just changed recently because when and it was never ever no money or nothing to deal with that, and I got elected right away. And whatever money I spent, I had to pay for it, and that's it.
Yeah.
But provincial and federal politics, it's different. Yes.
Yeah, somewhat different.
You know, you save your receipts and all that, but you didn't. I know you save no receipts for municipal politics. You don't need them for nothing.
No, okay. Makes a difference.
And I'm sure it's the same today. Did you check it, Wayne? Or
no, I haven't actually. I'm going to. I got a couple of things since we were chatting in the green room earlier, but I'm going to look that up because I'm sure it's on their page. I'll just look up. See, oh, who's this? Public record to review who contributed to campaign. There we go. I'll write that down. Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah, there was public record because you had to when you did your federal run, didn't you have to?
Yes, I'm not saying that you don't have to have a public record of what you spent, but you have to do up a thing. But I mean, there's no refunds.
No, I don't mean refunds though. I was meaning though, like, is there a limit?
No refund money or nothing like that.
Yeah, but I mean, is there a limit though, Arch? If you were running for
I think so. Yes. Yeah, there's a limit.
Limit on each one. Okay, gotcha. So how would somebody like Clark manipulate that if he was manipulating it? How would you manipulate? Like if you're only if you're only allowed to donate so much to Cecil Clark, right? Each person. How do you manipulate that? How do they just use like fake names? Or I don't understand how it's that easy to do, right?
You've seen some of them campaigns. You think that they only spent their minimum in those campaigns? Let's be real.
Well, yeah, that's true, right? I mean, there's
look, buy 1,000 shirts and show a receipt for 100.
Yeah, true enough. So what's your next projects, Archie? You got chairs on the go, hats on the go. Maybe running for mayor if nobody else will take Cecil on. You're going to. But anything else? What else you got on the go?
I'm looking for a candidate to earth, and I don't find them. There's no free.
Oh, we got.
If anybody else, like I told you, I'll run the dog.
You're gonna run. What's your dog's name?
Uno for mayor.
Sounds good, buddy.
We'll get 2 votes, Wayne, for me and you. We're dog lovers.
There you go. I love my dogs. They drive me nuts sometimes, but I love them. Yeah, we have 3, right? So
anyway, buddy,
so you're ready to sign off, are you, brother?
I'm pretty well ready to go. Yeah, I got a few little errands here I got to do.
Okay.
And you know what? I'd love to come on again. If you want me again some night for the show, I'd be more than glad to come on.
Maybe
we need more people to get involved there, ask some questions, some good questions.
Yeah, for sure, right? For sure. All right, then, brother, we'll talk with you later on.
Okay, buddy. Everybody that's out there watching, have a good night. I'm just getting ready to plug the lights in.
There you go. All right, brother, talk to you later.
All right, pal. Bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. That was Archie MacKinnon. I knew Archie for a long time, so it was a little more open and stuff. I think we had some mic problems. I think it's on his end. I hope my mic's okay because it's not mine. I borrowed it. But anyway, yeah, that was episode 2. I'm going to reach out to Darnell because I know he wants to be on the show because we had a good conversation about it, and I'd love to have him on the show because I'm so impressed with last night's protest, and as me and Sean talked about in the beginning, and there was a real coming together of people at this protest. I've been at many protests. I've been at protests where there was 5 people in the pouring rain, and I've been at protests for where there was I've been at protests where I went up and asked the mayor to resign publicly. But this one is just the magnitude of it. I think something woke up within people. I don't think it's just George Floyd. I think that's just the catalyst, the straw that broke the camel's back. And we have a responsibility as a people, as a society, and as a government to make sure that this kind of behavior doesn't happen. So I mean, I could go on about this one all day, but we're running short of time anyway. So I'm going to sign off as well too. And thank you all for coming for episode 2 of the Wayne O'Toole Show. Next week we have on W. McNeil Electric. I'm going to talk about solar installs and likely a bit about my solar project itself. So that's it for today, and I hope you guys have a great night. See you soon.